You know, I've been farming this same piece of ground since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Back then my granddad told me, boy, the land don't lie, treat it right and it'll feed you better than you ever dreamed. I didn't fully believe him until I started seeing it with my own eyes. These 6 plants here, I've watched them go from decent to downright loaded once I learned a few hard truths. Today I'm passing those truths straight to you because my experience proves it. Do this and they'll fruit heavier than you ever thought possible. I've had my hands in this dirt longer than most folks have been walking the earth. No fancy gadgets, no miracle potions, just watching, listening, and learning what the plants themselves need season after season. These 6 tomatoes, peppers, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and grapes, they're some of the most willing, honest producers you'll ever grow. Give them the right care at the right time. And they pay you back tenfold. I'm not here to sell you anything, I'm just an old farmer sharing what's worked on my own ground for decades. We'll take them one by one like walking the rows together, and I'll tell you the exact steps that turned ordinary plants into heavy bearers. Plant 1. Tomatoes. Tomatoes were the first thing I ever grew on my own. First year I let them run wild, ended up with a jungle and hardly a ripe fruit by August. Learned quick. Now every time I walk the row, I pinch out those suckers growing in the leaf joints. Sounds harsh, but it's like telling the plant, focus on the fruit, not the foliage. I strip the bottom leaves too, keeps blight away and lets the sun kiss every tomato. Early season, I feed 'em steady with good compost. Once those flowers set, I ease off nitrogen and give 'em potash. Old wood ashes from the stove work fine. Water deep twice a week right at the roots, stake 'em tall and strong. Come August my vines are so loaded the stakes lean, that's not luck, that's listening to the plant. Plant 2. Peppers. Peppers taught me patience. Hot summer back in '98 I left every flower on young plants, they set tiny fruit and then just sat there worn out. Next year I pinched the tops early to make 'em bush and I picked off the first flush of flowers, let the roots get strong first. By midsummer, those same plants were covered, bells thick as your fist, chilies hanging in ropes. I work plenty of compost in before planting, mulch thick to hold moisture steady. When fruit starts swelling, I scratch in some bone meal, and I pick every ripe one. The plant thinks it's losing the battle and doubles down. I've filled 5-gallon buckets off 10 plants doing exactly that. 3. Blueberries. Blueberries came later in life. Folks said our soil was too sweet, but I wasn't giving up. Spent years building beds with pine needles, coffee grounds, sulfur, got the pH right down where they like it. Biggest lesson? Prune the old gray wood every winter. New red canes are where the big berries grow. I plant 3 varieties close, they cross-pollinate and the crop doubles easy. Water steady, mulch deep with pine bark. Feed 'em gentle, acidic stuff, cottonseed meal in spring. One bush I bobbied this way now gives me near 10 pounds every July. Branches bend so low I have to prop 'em, sweetest berries you'll ever taste. Plant 4. Strawberries. Strawberries are like raising kids, you gotta guide 'em firm early on. First year I ever planted, I let the runners go everywhere. Got a mat thick as carpet and berries no bigger than marbles. Now, I snap every runner clean off unless I want new plants. Forces all the energy into fruit. Ever-bearing varieties give me 3 flushes a season. I mulch with straw the day they bloom, keeps the berries clean and the soil cool. Light feeding after the June crop, pinch flowers the first spring on new plants. 1 4x8 bed feeds my family fresh berries May through October and still fills the freezer. That's the payoff for a little discipline. Plant 5. Raspberries. Raspberries will take over the county if you let 'em, but tame 'em right and they're pure gold. I grow both summer and ever-bearing. Summer ones, I cut every spent cane to the ground the minute they're done. Everbearing get mowed flat in late winter. Thinning is key, leave the strongest 6 canes per foot. Trellis 'em high so the fruit hangs free. Rich soil, heavy mulch, water when the berries are sizing. Spring feeding with good organic meal pushes tall, sturdy canes. 1 row, 20 feet long gives me enough for eating fresh, jamming, and freezing every year. And the fall crop on the everbearing, pure bonus, sweetest berries of the season. Plant 6. Grapes. Grapes are the grand finale. Built my first arbor 40 years ago, still standing. Secret is brutal winter pruning, leaves short spurs, 3 buds each. Looks bare in February, but by September the vine is dripping. Summer, I thin leaves around every cluster, lets sun ripen even and keeps disease away. Balanced feed early, then potash when berries start coloring. Deep soakings, never shallow sprinkles. One strong vine, trained proper, gives me enough concords for jelly, juice, and eating out of hand till frost. Walking under that arbor in fall, brushing against heavy bunches, that's the reward for every hard prune I ever made. And there you have it, 6 plants that have fed my family, my friends, and half the neighborhood over the years. No secrets, no miracles, just paying attention season after season. The land don't lie, and neither do these plants. Treat them with the respect they deserve, and they'll fruit heavier than you ever imagined. Give these ways a try on your own patch. I'd sure like to hear how it goes for you. Drop it in the comments. Until next time, keep your hands in the dirt and your eyes on the harvest. Subscribe if you want more straight from the field. Take care now.